Hi, in this section we'll discuss features to use to support functional programming. We'll learn about using lambdas to simplify defining functions, using higher-order functions for clean code abstraction, using immutable collections to support safe multi-threading, using filter and map to quickly manipulate collections, and using data classes to conveniently package and protect data. In this video, we'll describe using lambdas to simplify defining functions. We'll introduce lambdas and how to create them, how to declare an explicit type for a lambda, and how to implement lambdas in a concise manner. Here we have the function sum that returns the total of the two parameters, and we display that result in the main function. So let's just run this code. And you can see a result of 5 being displayed. So what we want to do, instead of declaring a function sum, we want to implement it as a lambda instead. So we can delete sum. Now I'm going to create a new value and I will call that value sum. And here's where we can specify a lambda. And to specify a lambda, we do need to use the curly braces. And we can add parameters for our lambda to represent each value that we're going to be passing in. So I'll call the first value value1, and we can set a type for that. I'll set its type as int, and do the same for value2. Next will be the body of the lambda, and we'll use an arrow to represent that. And now we can just implement the body of the code. Now let's run the code. And as you can see, we've replaced the function with the lambda, which is doing the same job. Now the return type of the lambda is being provided by the int parameters that we're passing in to the lambda. So let's just remove those int types. And it is giving us a warning telling us that we cannot infer a type for this parameter. But we can get around this by explicitly setting a type for the value sum by providing a function type. To provide a function type, we'll provide the colon after the sum, insert some parentheses, and provide types for our parameters. And to provide the return type, we will need to put an arrow after the parentheses and specify the return type. Now run the code. And we get the same result here, but in this case we explicitly declared the return type using a function type. In this example, we're going to show you how you can use lambdas to implement code in a more concise manner. So currently inside the main function here, we have a list of words. And what we want to do is to group those words by the size of their length. So I'm going to create a function called group by length. And I'll give it a parameter name of value and make the parameter type a list of strings. I want it to return a collection of lists, and that list will be of type strings. I will create a new value to contain the result, call value, and the list provides us with a group by function. I will put lambda inside as the parameter, and provide a lambda parameter called word. This will represent the elements inside the list, and inside the body of the lambda I want to return the word length. Now I'll return the result values and display the result inside the main function and run the code. And as you can see here, we're getting a collection that is grouped by the length of the element sizes. Now I want to make this code more concise, so the first thing I'm going to do is convert the group by length function from a block body to an expression body. Now if we look at the editor warning, it shows us that the lambda argument should be moved out of the parentheses. So we can just select that, press Alt Enter, and move lambda argument out of the parentheses. Now since the lambda only contains a single parameter, we can delete that and replace word with the default parameter name it. And finally, we will need to append values onto the end of the lambda. Now run the code. And as you can see, we're getting the same result, but the code is looking much more concise by the use of the lambda. We learned that lambdas provide an alternative to declaring functions. When a lambda type cannot be inferred, function types can be provided. And lambdas are a convenient way of using repeatable code.